what has happened to Norwich City. Their biggest problem only years ago was that they were a yo-yo club. Now they would kill to be back in the yo-yo conversation because Norwich City find themselves in real danger of getting relegated to League One. Currently sitting second last in the championship, only not last because of Sheffield Wednesday's point deduction. The Canaries are in trouble. I'm taking over at Carrow Road today. Objective 1, survive relegation. Objective 2, take Norwich to new heights and make them champions of Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Norwich City rebuild. Using live start points, here we are, 19 games played. We sit 13th. 5 points behind Oxford United. And this is what the current default starting 11 looks like. But putting my touch on things, this is what my starting 11 is going to be like. Not for much longer. Going with this formation, but we're going to have to make some massive moves in January. Let's see if we can help ourselves in the next month to get ourselves in a decent position come January 1st. Ugh, the 5 games we've had since we took over, we've only picked up 4 points. 3 losses, 1 draw, 1 win. 7 points behind Oxford United on 17 points. We are in danger of being passed by Sheffield Wednesday, who are on 13 now. It's time to get to work. And with a pretty healthy budget of about £10 million, we need to get to work. Defense is the #1 priority to start. We cannot continue leaking goals. I'm going to get a guy that I actually know quite well. He is the definition of don't fall in love with a lone player. I watched him play for FC Cincinnati a few years ago. Yasin Mosquera struggling to break into the Wolverhampton team, but he's a decent defender, making the step down to the championship. Mosquera, the Colombian defender, signing on from Wolves. We have paid £3.2 million for him, and immediately getting him some more defensive help at the left back role. Signing the Englishman Archie Brown from Fenerbahce, £5 million. But there is also a lot of players I need to get out of the club. We need more money to make more big signings. Got to be cutthroat in this relegation battle. Anis Slimane heading to Bristol. Jose Cordoba trading the green and gold of Norwich for the green and gold of Nantes. And there are players that I think could be absolute studs. Ante Cernak is that guy. I'm sending him off on loan to Torino. Same with Oscar Schwartau. I was debating giving him the starting attacking midfielder role, but we're loaning him to Strasbourg instead. Gabriel Forsyth, 60 rated, heading to Randers. Jacob Wright, as soon as I accepted this, I knew I stuffed up. Ipswich are our rivals. That was a mistake on my behalf, but I'm happy with him to go on loan. These loans are great and all, but I'm trying to finance one more signing. This man wasn't necessarily at the top of the list of players I wanted to sell, but we're getting to the end of the window. The offers for players that I want out aren't coming through. Push is coming to shove. We're going to sell Liam Gibbs to Coventry City, 1.75 mil. Deadline day 4 days away. I need some more offers in. And so here we are, ripping the handbrake off on deadline day. Going to get Josh Sargent's US men's national team teammate. He's there to greet him. It's Diego Luna, one of my favorite players, both on what he does on the pitch and aesthetically. I've said it once, I'll say it again. If I was a professional footballer, I would have the neck and face tattoos like Luna does. He is the man. He's also an absolute stud of a footballer. Diego Luna will be joining us from Real Salt Lake. Here on deadline day, we pay 3.8 mil for him. He does start as a left midfielder, but I'm going to convert him to an attacking midfielder, which is going to take a month. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the team tasked with getting us out of the relegation zone and keeping Norwich City up in the championship. Let's see if they can actually do it. I just want to keep you guys in the loop. 1 month of football remains in the championship. We are clawing our way out. 40 points, Portsmouth on 38, Blackburn on 37. We are still nowhere near safe, but our destiny is in our hands. And this right here could be the biggest game of the season. If we can beat Portsmouth here, that would put distance between us and them at Carrow Road. Come on, lads. 1st of April. April Fool's Day. We win it 3-1. Vistgarden with a brace. That is massive. We did not even need to worry about the final day of the season. We end up finishing 13 points clear, which is an absolute godsend. And that is way better than I expected when I took the job here at Carrow Road. We will spend another season in the championship, looking to build towards this top end of the table. Going up to the Premier League next year are our rivals Ipswich and Coventry, Southampton, Borough, QPR, and Hull, fighting it out for the final spot. It feels like the 2012s all over again. Man City win the FA Cup. We actually made it to the quarterfinals there. Palace win the Carabao, and it will be Southampton going up to the Premier League. Just looking back on our journey, I want to see, we were way more consistent April was so-so. March was actually really bad. Didn't get a single win in the league. But I think February and January are what set us up for success. Josh Sargent has absolutely gone off. In fact, both of our front two have. Sargent 19 goals, 7 assists. Vistgarden 18 goals. Excited to see what Diego Luna can do with a full season under his belt. We need to be focusing on getting promoted to the Premier League next year. A few players leaving the club at the end of the season though. Kenny McLean, Jeffrey Schlupp, and Tony Springer. Nothing insane from the people we loaned out. Granted, it was only 6 months, so we're going to have a lot of work to do as we start season number 2. But all in all, I'm just happy to have survived relegation. Now we build in season 2. The day that we took over at Norwich, I knew getting a new goalkeeper in was going to be probably the first thing on the agenda in season 2, and that has come to fruition. I do find it funny that he's wearing his headgear all the time. Imagine if Petr Cech of yesteryear went out to dinner wearing his headgear. But regardless, we get ourselves a new goalkeeper. It is the Swede Noel Tornqvist. Now, if he could eventuate into being the next Petr Cech, I would be very, very happy. We will be cleaning out the squad this year, though. So many players on the transfer list and loan list. First man out, defensive midfielder Mirko Topic heading to Belgium. 4th-string goalkeeper Daniel Grimshaw off to France. Jakov Medic, Ipswich Town bound. Emiliano Marcondes heading north to Middlesbrough. We ain't done though, fellas. We're not even close to done. We're going all in on Killian Fisher at right back, selling Jack Stacey to Celtic. One player I will not be selling though is Vistgarden. Palace, get your hands off him. A lot of the guys that we loaned out for 6 months last year though are going to get full years this year. Same deal, Oscar Schwartau, a year for him. Vladan Kovacevic is going to be sold permanently to Besiktas. I am teeing up something big. But in the case of Jacob Wright, we're going to have a 2-year loan for him. Here we go, fellas. We have got ourselves our new left midfielder of the future. He spent last season in the championship on loan with Portsmouth, but now he's here permanently. It is Yang Min Hyuk, South Korean midfielder from Tottenham, the next Heung-min Son. It's too easy to draw these comparisons. He will join us from Tottenham permanently for 5 mil. A very raw product, but with our guidance, I think we can turn him into one of the world's best. Right back to business though. Vicente Reyes, the Chilean goalkeeper heading on loan. Yang Min Hyuk's arrival, it really spells the end of starting football for Papa Diallo. So we're taking a risk. I don't know if he gets starting game time at Marseille, but this could be the making of him. This team is a different level right now, fellas. And the best part is we still have over £10 million to use in January. Honestly, it's probably between a new defensive midfielder or a new centre-back, Darling more likely. But I want to give the lads the start of the season, see where we're at as a club. I'm hoping nowhere near the relegation zone. Okay, right now, we are hanging on to that final playoff spot. 7 points ahead of Birmingham and Swansea, but how far are we out of the automatics? So we've got a bit of work to do. 8 points behind Brentford, who we play next. Burnley, top of the league. I want those automatic spots, but we're going to have to spend if we want to get there. Oh, shit. Maatsen and Darling have both had... Maatsen has taken me away. +2 already. We're definitely not getting rid of him. Fish is the lowest rated in the squad, but he's 5 years younger. I think I'm going to have to go in here for a new centre-back. This team is actually really good. You know what, fellas? I'm really, really happy with the signing I've just made. I've gone in for Dragerson, a man that is iced out of Tottenham, but could be a superstar and help us get us promoted at Norwich. In my opinion, this is the type of transfer that gets you promoted to the Premier League and also keeps you up in the Premier League. Radul Dragerson is joining us from Tottenham for £9 million. All right, lads, we've picked up the final spot in the playoffs, 83 points. We were nowhere near automatic promotion, 16 points behind Burnley and Leeds. But it looks like we're going to be versing Brentford in the playoffs. We have a huge task ahead of us if we want to get promoted to the Prem. Oh, I was just simulating through the calendar to see what we were going to have, to get ready for the Brentford game. One of our players is one player of the season. Wait, what? Tom Cannon? Why do I care about Tom Cannon winning the player of the season? Did we sign him or something? Interesting cutscene. Thanks for that information, EA. Yeah, Tom Cannon plays for Sheffield United. Come on now, just rub salt into the wounds. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Playoff football. Our team looks good, bro. This team is so good. Tornqvist goes to a 78. Okay, I'm feeling good. First leg at Carrow Road. First leg at Carrow Road is a 1 all draw. Here we are 5 days later in West London. Our season is on the line. Are we going to keep our promotion hopes alive with Norwich? Yes, we will! Dragerson, our January signing, scores the winner in the 26th minute. We are heading to Wembley, where we will be facing Sheffield United. What are the odds that after that cutscene, Tom Cannon scores the winner and breaks our hearts? But a huge blow because of his yellow card. Sargent, our star, our captain, has been suspended. Cernak is into the starting 11. Oh my God. The Premier League dream. Wembley Stadium, Norwich versus Sheffield. Will Norwich City be back up in the Premier League? No, we will not. Oh my God. We have lost the Championship playoff final. That is actually heartbreaking. An incredible season. I mean, bro, our attack is unstoppable. I expect us to absolutely walk the league in Season 3. We will not have George Long or Shane Duffy with us, but heartbreaking scenes. Championship final loss. Boys, we have copped a massive blow to start Season 3. Josh Sargent, coming off a Golden Boot winning season, entering the prime of his career, is sick of not being in a top league. He has requested a transfer. He can't cop another year in the Championship, and that hurts the soul. Before Sargent leaves, we are going to get a loan move. I'm going to send Fisher off on loan. I do want to go ahead and get an upgraded right back. That was part of my original plan. So Kellen Fisher is going to spend the year in Istanbul, but this has just turned our season and our reign at Norwich City on our heads. Josh Sargent wanting to go is going to be hard to replace. He gets a massive move though, providing him the type of move he wanted, off to Napoli, 27 mil. So we'll have money to try replacing him. First things first though, it is time for us to get a new right back. Aaron Hickey returning to English football, signing from FC Cologne for 12.6 mil. That's a really good pickup. But we have got ourselves our new striker. Similar to January last year, we're actually going to go for a Tottenham reject, somebody that can't crack it at Tottenham. It is an overall downgrade. It's going to be Alejo Veliz, the Argentinian striker, 76 rated at 23 years of age. Josh Sargent was 79 and 27, so 4 years younger, 3 overall less, but somebody that we can rally around who will be good for the Championship, 9 mil. And with the overflow of finances we have, I don't want to make big moves in the starting 11 right now. I do want to work on our squad depth though. There are positions we are really lacking backup options. Most notable is right midfield. Rob Apter, the Scotsman, joining us at right midfield. Whilst the Kiwi, Marco Stamanic, is going to provide us decent backup at the defensive midfield role. If we do not get promoted with this team, I am going to lose my head. This has to be the year. Surely, lads. Surely. We don't win the league, but I don't care. This is almost a dream scenario for me. My favorite club, Fulham, win the Championship. The fact we are even in the Championship to begin with breaks my heart. But Fulham get promoted. We come second. We're heading up to the Premier League. Finally. Brentford gave us a good run for our money though, 5 points behind us. But yeah, we weren't even we were so far ahead of everybody else. The clubs going down are Oxford, Blackburn and Plymouth. Nottingham Forest win the FA Cup. We actually went out in the semi-finals to Man United. Liverpool win the Carabao. Probably the right thing, but Brentford will be joining us in the Premier League. Oh my God, this is a thing of beauty. Vistgarden is 83 overall. We're going to be entering the Premier League with a world-class striker on our books. Veliz has had an incredible first season on the park. Yang Min Hyuk is 80 overall now. Luna's 80 overall. Bro, we are in such a good position as we head to the Premier League. And we've got players coming back. You got Jacob Wright coming back as a 74. Diallo's coming back as a 75. We're going to have really good squad depth. Bring on the Premier League. We're in the Premier League. We've got a good budget, and I want to make sure we are staying in this league. The moves that might be considered 50-50s in previous years, I need to make. We cannot hold anything back. First signing in the defense, Englishman Charlie Cresswell back in the English footballing pyramid. But we've also got some men to get rid of. Elliot Miles moving permanently to Turkey. But then this is the type of transfer I'm talking about. Pelle Madsen, the Dane, is going permanently to Bilbao. We could have kept him. He was developing decently. 79 rated, 26 years of age, but I think we need to go in for somebody that's going to help us make that push towards European football. And I want us having as much money as possible to do that. We need to just rip the handbrake off and make sure that relegation isn't even a question. With that being said, Oscar Schwartau will be heading off on loan. Errol Mundle-Smith heading to Dundee FC. And the great Yersin Mosquera. Twice in my life, I've watched this man walk out of my club. Once in real life, and now in FC. Mosquera going to Stuttgart. And that allows us to make a club record transfer at the defensive midfield role. It's going to be for Asari, the Swedish defensive midfielder. He is the third string defensive midfielder at Brighton, stuck behind Hinshelwood and Carlos Baleba. But we can use that to our advantage, getting a player that is going to take us to the next level here at Carrow Road. Club record transfer of £34.8 million. But we're not done there, fellas. Jurasek, I could have kept with him, but honestly, his performances haven't really blown me away. Again, progressing decently, 24 years of age, 79 overall. But with what I'm wanting to do, I think this is the right call. Cashing in on the Czech women midfielder. And that allows us to make another game-changing signing. I think we could be easily in, not the Champions League, but I think European football is genuinely realistic for us. Because we have signed the Brazilian midfielder, Luis Enrique from Inter Milan. Unbelievable, lads. 26 years of age, 83 overall. I genuinely think hanging back in the championship that extra year has helped us massively. This team is electric, lads. It is electric. Dragoson is out for just 11 days, but bro, if we are in the relegation battle, I am genuinely going to be shocked. We look incredible. Come on, Norwich. Prove me right. All right, it's not quite European qualification, but we weren't even close to the relegation zone. And end of the day, that's all I'm after in our first Premier League season. 45 points, 12th position, 10 points clear of Crystal Palace, who go down alongside Leeds United and Burnley. Nobody huge at the bottom of the table. Who wins the Premier League, though? It is going to be Manchester City. Just 3 losses all year. Man City also win the FA Cup. We went out in the 5th round to Millwall, bro. That is terrible. Round of 16 to Millwall. Arsenal win the Carabao. Looks like we have put all of our efforts, again, round of 16 there. All of our efforts went to the Premier League this year. Man City have had a ridiculous year, though. They have won the Champions League. PSV win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Arsenal. Okay, this is actually huge for Veliz. Goes up +3, bags himself 18 goals in the Prem. He's really, I feel like this should hopefully be our striker partnership for the foreseeable future. Decent first year for Enrique. Luna up to an 82. We were never going to get quite the level of performances we got in the championship, but the fact that players are still growing, still progressing is a win. Louis Molden will not be joining us next year, though. His contract will expire. We've survived relegation, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to build. Bring on season 5. All right, boys, I took the night, went and got a haircut because we're in a weird position of the career mode. Also, Lucho decided he wanted to join us for this season. We're at the point where our team on paper is really, really good, but our standings in the league and our subsequent budget isn't insane. So what I'm going to do is cash in on a few players in needs of one big signing. Harry Darling heading to Belgium at age 29. Jovan Makama, he wanted out of the club, so I'll cash in and send him to Cardiff. Marko Stamenic, I'm going to send on loan. He wanted to go out on loan, so I'm going to send him on a year, hopefully get him back morale-wise and either sell him on or at least have him happy. So he's going to go to Girona for a year. And this departure right here will give away where I'm looking to upgrade next. It's going to be Aaron Hickey. No surprise, I'm going all in for a new right back. And that has allowed us to bring a massive prospect into the club and back to English football. Our man for the future is going to be Rico Lewis, getting him across from Villarreal. Not Man City. Don't shit down my throat. People give me crap sometimes for, oh, you just get players like Rico Lewis. He would never join Norwich from Manchester City. I got him from Villarreal. We paid an arm and a leg, but we got him. We've kept it tame this window, but I am praying, absolutely praying, that we're going to be in a good position come January 1st. Please give us some shot. It doesn't have to be Champions League, although I think we have a team good enough to compete in the Champions League. At least have us in the picture for Europe. No more mid-table stuff. I mean, all right, we're sitting mid-table. We've got the Devils numbers for our results. 6 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses on 24 points. It is not all doom and gloom though, because we are only 4 points away from 5th place Liverpool. Champions League might be a stretch. I mean, we are nowhere near the top 3, but we have got to focus on pushing up this table to at least Europa League, 4 points out. And so looking at the squad, Charlie Cresswell makes sense if we wanted to go and upgrade a position. The only problem is he's worth about £20 million. We have like £7 million in our budget. I'm not going to be able to go and get somebody decent for like £25 million. So I'm almost willing just to wait until next year and go absolutely berserk. And so I am going to spend the money, but I'm going to spend it on a bit of squad depth here. I almost probably shouldn't have sold old mate in the summer window, but Liam Morrison joining us from QPR as a backup centre back. And I got him for his exact market value this game, man. Oh, we've almost had a replica of the first half of the season. We end 12, 13, and 13, 49 points in 12th. All right, I'm going to go nuclear next year, lads. I'm going to absolutely nuke this team and make sure we have a team that can get us. I'm going for Champions League next year. I don't care. I do not want to be stuck mid-table. We need to get out of this mid-table grind. Arsenal win the league. Ipswich, Wolverhampton, and West Ham all get relegated. Tottenham win the FA Cup. Wrexham made it to the Carabao Cup final where they lost to Chelsea. PSG beat Barcelona. Bilbao win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Stade Rennais. But lads, I'm pissed about how this season has panned out. Valise, the only bright spark. I can't lie. Vistgarten only getting 12 goals as an 88 overall who's valued at £92 million. Bro, I know he's been here since day one, but if he's putting up those type of numbers, we might be better off selling him and investing that money back into the squad. Only man leaving the club, though, is going to be the backup left back Mahavo, who is walking away on a free. Season 6 will be no holds bar. Like I said, boys, I'm going no holds bar. This is just the start. So many key players from our starting 11 are about to be sold. First man out, Archie Brown going to Athletic Bilbao. He didn't quite become the next Petacek. Tornqvist made a decent name for himself, but we need to take that next step up. Noel and his headgear are heading to Old Trafford. We're not even halfway done yet, lads. Charlie Cresswell, almost sold him in January. He goes now in the summer. Down south, Lincoln up with Bournemouth. Marco Stamenic back from loan and now sold permanently. The Kiwi will be heading to the Bundesliga. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest of them all. I just couldn't justify keeping Vistgarten in the squad. When I got this offer, like for how few goals he got last year, getting 134 mil for him is ridiculous. So that now gives us £250 million to go and get 4 signings. This team is about to go to another level. First matter of business, it is time for a new goalkeeper. We've beaten out Borussia Dortmund and secured the services of the Frenchman Restes. Now, it ain't too often that we get to sign Canadians in career mode, especially this deep into a career mode, but that is exactly what we've done with our new centre-back signing. Signing him from Wolfsburg, it is Evan Miller, 85 rated, 24 years of age, the future of our backline. Villarreal really had the 2 best English defenders, two best English left backs and right back prospects on their squad. They're reunited. Last year we got Rico Lewis from them. This year we get Nico O'Reilly, £48.5 million from the Yellow Submarine. Also, I just wanted to point out, one of the guys that I had on my shortlist caught my attention. Chi Han from Hong Kong. I don't think I've ever seen a Hong Kong player on career mode, let alone be this good. But last, not least, we're going to put our entire budget into a new striker. We had to go hard. Vistgarten going is a decision that might tear viewers watching this video. Some people might think it's the right move. Some people think I'm an idiot. So I need to make sure whoever I sign is going to be able to do better than Vistgarten. We get our new marquee striker, Johan Bonney from Real Betis. Almost 70 mil for him. I swear, boys, like, look how much better this team is now that we've completely replaced it. So much better. Our backline is formidable. Valise, ironically, our best player, is now the lowest rated in the starting 11. This has to be the year. I can't nuke the team and on paper have a team that could, I genuinely think, win us a Champions League and not qualify for the damn thing. Come on, Norwich. Yes, we get into the Champions League top 4 by the skin of our teeth. Man United on 67 points as well, but the 6 goals extra for us. The goal differential pays off dividends. That is the difference between Champions League and Europa League. Norwich heading to the Champions League in Season 7. Man City 12 points ahead of us as they win the Premier League. Who got relegated? All the big teams hanging up the top half. Villa, terrible, but Newcastle, okay. Newcastle have been relegated. I'm going to have to check out their squad to see if we can get some of their top players in a relegation fire sale. And we also have won the FA Cup. Okay, this is a perfect season so far. FA Cup champions over Arsenal, beat Leeds in the semi, Everton in the quarters. This is a good run. FA Cup champions with Norwich. Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. No cup run for us there, but I'm okay with it. Man City win the Champions League. I am so excited to be there next year. Wolfsburg, despite not having the Canadian Miller, win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Liverpool. This is good. Balance between our two strikers. No growth for Jan Bonny, but he gets himself 19 goals in his first year in the Premier League. 21 there for Valise. So spreading the wealth. 23 goal contributions for Luis Enrique. Luna's still doing well. I'm happy with how the squad is looking. Evan Miller goes up to an 87 as well. We might genuinely have the best player in Canadian football history on our hands right now. We're going to have to put a bit of emphasis, though, on our reserves next year because we're losing Diallo, Cernak, and McConville all on freeze. But overall, I am pumped. Champions League bound, finally with Norwich. Let's make it count. So we've just had a vast array of emotions hit. Yassine Ayari wants out of the club here. Wasn't necessarily somebody that was on my list of players that I wanted to upgrade anytime soon. But with his contract slowly coming to an end, I don't want him to walk to a free. I will likely entertain offers. But that, coupled with Newcastle's relegation, has given us a unique opportunity to get Sandro Tonali, 31 years of age, but 88 overall. So my thinking is, let's use him this year. Let's use him for a year or two until he drops off. Hopefully he can maintain and stay around 88, 87 overall. Get that experience, get that high rating in on a very cheap relegation fire sale. Sandro Tonali is going to provide some insane experience and quality in the midfield. Getting him £10 million under market value for 44 mil. Going to tap in on Newcastle United again as we look for a backup centre-back. 24-year-old Spaniard Federico Navarro, 80 overall, really nice backup option. Frenchman Anthony Beaumont joins as our new backup left midfielder, followed by our new backup striker, Jay Robinson. This dude I'd never seen before to my knowledge, but he's definitely on my radar as somebody I want to build in a future rebuild. He looks incredible. 24 years of age, 80 overall. Decent potential. Right now, his purpose is to join as a backup striker, but I'm excited to see what this dude could do in the future. We signed the Englishman from Southampton for 18 mil. I'm actually really happy about this. Instead of sending Ayari off permanently, we've actually managed to negotiate a loan here for him. Hopefully he comes back from his loan spell and wants to be a part of this squad again. That also gives us some insurance if Tonali drops off a cliff. And we've actually sent him, ironically, to Newcastle. Enjoy life in the Championship, brother. I'm feeling so much better about this squad now. The reserves and the depth of the squad is beautiful. Tonali comes in. Valise finally hits an 85. Are we going to be one and done in the Champions League? Also, a good omen to start the season. We win the Community Shield over Man City 14-13 on penalties. I'm hoping that's not the last trophy for the year. When it comes to the Champions League, though, we are the lowest seeded side, which means I'm expecting a very tough draw. As you might have seen, we're versing Napoli to start. October, we verse Villarreal. Okay, O'Reilly and Lewis against their former club. Follow that up with a matchup against Galatasaray. November, we host Craiova and then travel to Leverkusen. December, we travel to Ukraine to take on Dynamo Kiev before rounding it out with a matchup in Belgium against Genk. And the final game of our Champions League experience is against Bilbao. Archie Brown and Bilbao. It's, I can't lie, not as extreme as a draw as I had expected, but let's see whether we're good enough to actually get out of league phase play on our first time of asking. Oh my God. All right, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this for certain. We have only lost one game. We actually might be on this year, lads. Second in league phase play. We get to skip the playoff round and we're directly into the round of 16. Come on, Norwich. But we can't rely on getting the job done this year in the Champions League. We need to make sure that we are around next year. We need to be getting top 4 every single season. Okay, so we're going to be versing Napoli here in the Champions League round of 16. How did we go when we versed them in league phase play? We had them in our so they were the only team we lost to. That is not a good omen. We lost to Napoli in September 3-1, our only loss of the Champions League, and now we are here versing them in the round of 16. They took out Copenhagen in the playoff round. Here goes nothing. Rico Lewis recovering from injury, but we're getting him in the starting 11 for what is a huge match away in Naples. Can we get ourselves off to a strong start? No, we do not. Oh no. Who the hell is Igamane? Igamane. He is going to get a hat trick. Oh my God. Bro. And so we need to pull off a victory here. 3-2 down. Only one loss all year. If we go out in the round of 16, this would be a massive disappointment. Come on, lads. At Carrow Road. Keep the season alive. We win it 2-0. Come on now. Oh my God. Home team is king right now. We are into the quarterfinals. That is a big warning. UEFA has actually done us a solid for these quarterfinals. AZ Alkmaar, we have by far got the easiest draw. If we go out here, we need to crush them. We need to crush them if we consider ourselves a genuine threat. On the road for the first leg, Tonali up to an 89, which is a good sign. The team is unbelievable. Strong first leg to take back to Norwich. Come on. Come on. It's not the strongest in the world, but it is a lead this time. Veliz gives us a late winner. 2-1 against AZ Alkmaar. I know I want domination, but honestly, at this point, just a boring draw is fine by me. Let's just get ourselves to the semifinals and get us on the way. Are you fucking kidding me? No way. I wanted a boring ass game. How have we lost 3-1? We took the lead as well, bro. That is a complete bottle job. 3-1 up. They end up winning it in extra time. That is a nightmare. Our Champions League run is over against AZ Alkmaar. We now need to make sure we step up in the Prem. All right, at least we got our act together in the Premier League. We have qualified for the Champions League next year. It shouldn't have even been that close, though. 15 draws is criminal, bro. We conceded less goals than Man City, but they finished 17 points ahead of us. We need to figure that out next year. Arsenal just 1 point off being Centurions, though. Are we going to have another team like Newcastle getting relegated? Not necessarily. I think our season peaked on the first game, that Community Shield. We don't go back-to-back in the FA Cup, and we don't do anything in the Carabao either. See, AZ Alkmaar got absolutely destroyed in the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm so annoyed that we got a gift like that and went out in pathetic fashion. Atalanta win the Europa League, whilst the Conference League goes to Bodo Glimt. 19 goals for Bonnie. Robinson, why is he getting so much game time? Are they all super subs like Veliz? I don't know why that's happening. I need to figure that out. Veliz up to an 86, only 30 starts. Ayari did go up +2 overall on his loan spell though at Newcastle. He'll be coming back next season. Tonali up to an 89. We might have to shift around the formation. I don't know. The annoying thing with this game, with the contract situation, is I didn't even get an opportunity to offer any of these guys a contract this year. So we're going to have 5 decent reserves walking on a free. I feel like we're going to spend our whole budget working on the reserves next year. I don't want to do that. The fears and predictions I had coming into this season were correct. I'm going to have to spend so much money on our reserves. I want to make sure it counts though. First things first, a backup center attacking midfielder, Hungarian Dade joining us from Wolfsburg. And then at the right midfield role, it is going to be the former Liverpool youngster turned Frankfurt player in this simulation, Lewis Kumas, the Welshman, joining us from Frankfurt for 33 mil. Like I've said, I'm going in for reserves, but I want to make sure these reserves are players that could come in and not be a hindrance to the squad if we need them. Goalkeeper was a big one. We had the Chilean who was 72 rated. We need somebody solid. Leeds United getting relegated means we were able to get Dennis Seaman on a pretty decent deal. 84 rated. I'm happy with that one. And finally, the young Englishman, David Hewitt, a right back, joining us from Rayo Vallecano. And so whilst the starting 11 is in an incredible spot, now the bench is very, very formidable. I was torn as to what to do with Ayari, 88 rated, but I'm going to keep him as a backup now, keep close track on Tonali. And I mean, having an 88 rated defensive midfielder on our bench puts us in such a strong position. But bro, we had a weird Champions League campaign this year. I want it to be nothing but killer instincts from this Norwich side here. And to be totally honest, I want us pushing for every trophy imaginable this year. But hey, we got ourselves off the bottom of the power rankings here for the Champions League, 33rd. But the big thing is, who are we going to be versing? We got a pretty decent draw last year. This year it starts off against Stade Rennais in the north of France. Then we're off to Croatia as we face Dinamo Zagreb. October we face Atletico Madrid. And then we host Salzburg in November. And we host Marseille. Not a walk in the park yet. December we travel to Athens. And finally January traveling to Portugal. And our final league phase game is going to be hosting Villarreal, a club we have had a lot of history with in this rebuild. Very, very curious to see where we're heading after these matches. Ooh, that is not good. Boys, we've made it to the playoffs, but it is not a pretty way to do it. Last year, just one loss. This year, 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, 11 points, and a 17th placed finish. Oh, God, man. All right, we're into the playoffs where we will be versing Atalanta. Not an easy task at all. I will say, though, things are going well in the Premier League. Currently top of the table. Only a point clear of Tottenham, though. But most importantly, 7 points clear from falling out of the top 4. This year has felt almost like the complete opposite of last year. Last year we dominated league phase play, fell apart in the knockout rounds. I'm hoping for the inverse now. We fell apart at the seams during league phase play this year. I'm hoping that means that we dominate here in the knockout rounds. First leg at home, we get a narrow 3-2 victory over Atalanta. Off to Italy we go. I feel like I said this last year and it was the curse on us, but scoreless, boring second leg would be great by me. Away in Atalanta. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. Yep, beautiful. Valise with the yellow card is the only thing to be a little worried about. But besides that, that is exactly as we drew it up. Back to the round of 16 we go. Great. Awesome. Sick. Real Madrid in the round of 16 and Valise is suspended for the first leg. We're going to have to do it the hard way if we want to do it this year at all. Bit of heavy lifting ahead here for Robinson. First leg at Carrow Road. Where are we going to be at? Come on, Norwich. Come on, Norwich. Come on. Oh, Robinson. Bro, Robinson gets a brace. What a first leg for Robinson. Oh, my God. He picks up a brace, which includes the 89th minute winner. Go on, son. With that being said, though, Valise is still going to be getting the starting spot for this second leg. Robinson back to the bench. Valise back into the starting 11. A shock 2-1 lead against Madrid. Finish the job. Finish the job. Finish the job. It's a draw, but it is enough. Vinicius with a brace there for Madrid. Not enough. We're heading back to the quarterfinals. Give me easy Alkmaar. It's the spot we went out last year. It's not easy Alkmaar, but it is Marseille here in the quarterfinals. All things considered, probably the best team we could have faced. First leg in the south of France at the Velodrome. We've been good about winning in the first legs so far this year. I want that to become a tradition. Long may that continue at the Velodrome. It does. That is a high scoring game. Luis Enrique is going to give us the lead. A 4-3 lead over Marseille. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Get us into the semi-finals. We fell down this time last year. It's not AZ Alkmaar, it's Marseille. Come on, fellas. Semi-finals. It will do. Again, we dominate statistically, but we end up getting the win regardless. No cards, no injuries, and a date in the Champions League semi-finals. Finally. All right, here we go. All right. I would have rathered Porto, but it is going to be an all-English affair. Man City versus Norwich. All right, fellas. Here we go. First leg at home against Manchester City. I want a similar performance to what we had against Real Madrid when we went into the Bernabeu and got the job against them done. Here we go. An all-English affair. Few former Man City players in this squad, and we get a draw. Luna and Haaland. Two of my favorite players scoring, but it hangs on a knife's edge as we head to Carrow Road. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all, ladies and gentlemen. Boney has got himself a shin injury and is going to be out for 8 weeks. That's going to make sure that he's definitely out for this semi-final, maybe the final if we can even get there. I'm going to have to make some changes. And so we've elected to go for a formation change. This is why I'm happy that I kept Ayari, because he can come in here. We still have an incredibly strong side. It just changes the way we play the game a little more. Veliz goes as our only striker. Ayari and Tonali in the defensive midfield role together. Will this be the difference between us making or not making a Champions League final? We go in extra time. Come on. Dragusin with an injury though. Oh no, please don't be out. Luna. Ayari scores the first. Oh my god, boys. Noosa gets a hat-trick for Man City, but Veliz is going to get us the winner in the 92nd minute, and we are finally heading to a Champions League final where we will be facing either Porto or PSG. Hopefully Porto. All right, here it is. Champions League final time. We've got PSG, no surprise. They ended up winning it on penalties against Porto. They won 4-1 on penalties. Porto almost pulled off the incredible, but we are going to have to verse PSG in a Champions League final. A look around the grounds, Napoli have won the Europa League, whilst it is Lyon winning the Conference League. We fall 6 points short of Manchester City, though. We come second in the Premier League. We are comfortably playing Champions League football again next year. But dude, I wanted a Premier League title. Man City win it there. Fair play to them. Who goes relegated? It's Sunderland in 7th, whilst Wolverhampton, West Ham, and Ipswich go down. Forest beat Bournemouth to win the FA Cup. We unfortunately went out in the semi-finals, whilst Man City win the Carabao Cup. We have been so close yet so far to winning so many trophies this season, and I'm praying that that is not an omen. When it comes to Dragusin, though, he is still a month from being ready to play. So we're going to have to get Navarro into our defense. Statistically, though, bro, we are so under strength for this. Dragusin and Bonnie are out for the final. Bonnie, despite missing the past month or so, bagged himself 39 goal contributions. Another great year for Veliz. Phenomenal year for our midfielders in Luis Enrique and Yang Min Hyuk. But if we are going to win this Champions League title and complete this rebuild, we are going to have to do it without 2 of our best starting 11 players. And to make things even more complicated, this is my first game of FC in about a month. I've played a lot of FC. Our Imperialism series has seen me on the console for a long time, but that was all simulations. This is gameplay. Let's see how we go. An early corner here for PSG. Winery puts that one in. They get the header, but put it over. That is not good. Bro, I just cannot get the ball off PSG here. Ekitike gets him behind. I'm trying to get a block on, and he puts it wide. Yeri, oh my god, please be onside. Veliz, oh no. Ekitike, no! Oh, bro. That deflection is not beautiful, brutal. Bro, you can't take a bow when that is the goal you score. Navarro, our new man in for the final. It deflects off his body and just rolls over the goal line. Oh, keeper's come off his line there. I'm going to try taking advantage of that. That was almost a quick equalizer. We're getting a lot of opportunities coming down this right-hand side. Enrique's being good for us. Gonna drill that one in to Veliz. That is an insane challenge. That is an insane challenge. Get that away. Get that away. Good stuff, Navarro. Oh, no. But it falls right back to them. Vitinha. Good block, Navarro. Making up for his error. Good touch there, Tonali. It's actually worked out pretty well. Enrique on the counter-attack after a heavy, heavy touch. He's just round in the corner. Enrique... oh my god, almost did it all himself. He goes back to Luna. That is a rocket from the captain. And the American gets us an equalizer. Oh my god, bro. Oh, we needed that so bad. The 2 neck tattoo men linking up for the equalizer. We're going to get the ball off them here. They are coming off. Can I not change to my fucking defensive midfielder? Thank god they took that shot, because they had a great opportunity if they played a through ball. Oh, good interception there from Tonali. If we can make something happen from that... oh my god, we're going to make something happen. Please, 89th minute, written in the stars. The captain, Luna, no, that is an insane block. Why are they kicking that away like that, though? Oh my god, I thought we had it on a platter for us. But instead, we're heading to extra time. No, along the ground, Navarro. That was a great interception. I clicked that away because I was spamming circle trying to make the tackle. Bro, I'm scared. Get it away. How are they just playing it in the box like that? They've hit the crossbar. Oh my god. That was a bullet. Come on, can we get one last opportunity on the counter-attack here in the first half of extra time? I see that run. That's a great ball. Come on. Yang Min Hyuk. Bro, you cannot call that. You cannot call that halftime right there. Unless he was offside. That is one of the worst calls I have ever seen. Are you kidding me? Boys, I've got to make a substitution here at halftime. Luna and Valise are getting pretty knackered, so it's going to be Robinson and Dade off the bench. Super subs. Go on. Feed that Robinson to Luis Enrique. He's been by far our best player in this game. It would be fitting for him to do something like this. No. Come on, boys. We're going to get the last opportunity in this game. Do not do what they did to us in the first half. Enrique, I'm trying to get a sweaty goal. Robinson, that is a pathetic kick. Oh, my freaking God. That was the win on a platter. I smashed circle, and Robinson barely hits it. Oh, my God. We're going to penalties. What has happened? Boys, I actually feel sick. Penalty shootout time. First man, Robinson. I'm going to go to the right-hand side and we score that penalty. Oh, we need to make ourselves a save. We need to make a save. I'm going to go to the left-hand side here. That was another solid pen. Ayari, his penalties are a bit better. I'm going on the left here. Ayari, good pen. Oh my God. Souza, where you at, bruh? Where you at? Souza. Straight up the middle. Dade, his first kick of this final. He sends the keeper the wrong way. Šeško, where are you going to go, Šeško? Come on. No, straight up the middle again. Tonali. I'm going right with Tonali. Tonali, that's a great pen. Oh, we need to make the save on João Neves. We need to make the save here. I'm going on the right again. What is that penalty, bro? There was no way I was ever going to stop that. And now we're into sudden death. Enrique. I'm going left with Enrique. Good pen. I don't know why. My instinct, my gut is telling me to just not touch this. To just let it go down the middle. Versus Kvaratskhelia. That's a good pen. Far out. Yang Min Hyuk. Come on, Jared. I'm going to go left. Oh, my God. Come on, Restes versus Zaire Emery. I should have stayed down the middle on that one. Bro, I'm having heart palpitations. This is cooked. O'Reilly. I'm going on the left. O'Reilly. Good pen. Ethan Winery. He's going to the right, surely. You going to the right, aren't you, Ethan? Come on! Get in there! Oh my God. One of the best games of FC 26 we have played. It goes to an insane penalty shootout, but our French keeper, Restes, is the hero for Norwich City. Oh my God, lads. That was an unbelievable shootout. An unbelievable game. It should be Diego Luna, but it is going to be Sandro Tonali wearing the captain's armband right here. We played this one under strength, but Norwich City, despite being relegation battlers in real life, are now champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on the video, click here to subscribe, and click here to check out another video.